Hello, this is Gary Crowley with DoItYourselfJointPainRelief.com, and we are on video 2 of lower back pain stretches. And it's best if you do these in order, so if you haven't seen video 1, please go do so now. But here we're going to show you how to stretch your hamstrings, and we're going to show you how to stretch the side of your legs, and especially this muscle up here called your tensor fasciae lata that becomes your IT band. And then we're going to show you 2 ways to stretch your psoas muscle, which is a big muscle on the front of your spine. So first thing, simple hamstring stretch, but the most effective hamstring stretch I've yet to find. And basically what we're going to do is you're just going to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart, and with your legs straight. You want your legs straight. You don't bother cheating. It's only going to make things less effective. With your legs straight and the weight basically coming through the balls of your feet here, you're just going to drop into where you would kind of naturally stop with your body weight here, wherever that is. If it's here, that's fine, that's where it is. And as long as your legs are straight, this will be effective, and very quickly, if you do that, you'll find yourself getting freer. But so you just want to stand, let your body hang. I'm about there, and then with the weight going through the balls of your feet and your legs straight, I want you to, from here, flex your quads, your thighs, as hard as you can, and then push into the stretch even more. And what you'll find when you do that is you feel that all the way from your heels, all the way up the backs of your legs, all the way up to here. And it's a fantastic stretch. If you do this, 2 or 3 repetitions, maybe 3 sets. If you do that 4 or 5 times a day, very quickly, you'd find yourself very much improved in your flexibility. And you just, again, you want to hold it for 10 seconds or so. Flex these as hard as you can, because that tells your brain, when you flex these, it tells your brain to release those. So that's how we cheat a little bit to get those hamstrings to release. And again, can't do that stretch too much. If you're waiting for something to download on your computer, waiting for a phone call, bend over and do that stretch, and in a week or 2 you'll find things are much improved. The next muscle we're going to stretch, okay, so we just stretched our hamstrings, which attach to the bottom of your pelvis, and yank on that low back. Now we're going to stretch basically your IT band, and most importantly your tensor fasciae lata muscle, which is up here. And the way we're going to do that is you're going to get a chair or a countertop or something you can put your hands on. Going to stand, a foot, maybe 1.5 feet away, whatever's comfortable for you. And if I'm going to stretch, say, this side here, you take that leg, you put it behind and over, about level with the back of where your heel was. You stay nice and straight, and then as you drop into that and even lean this way, if you do this, it's going to take away a lot of the stretch. So staying as straight as you can, you lean that way, and you will feel it right here. You feel it all the way down that leg. And just so you see what I'm doing from the other side, I'm going to stretch that same leg. I want you to get 2 different angles on it. Again, I'm right here. I just take this one that I want to stretch, and I shoot it back behind my other foot, and again, my toes are about level with my heel. Get nice and straight. You drop down and tilt over, and you'll feel that right here. You'll feel it right here. It's a nice stretch. Actually feels pretty good. And then when you want to do the other side, you just switch it up. Go like this. That side's a little tighter for me. There we go. Takes a sec to sometimes find that little balance point, but there you go. And you want to feel it. You can play around. So usually you need to straighten up and then drop down. You feel it more in that tensor fasciae lata. But again, when this is tight and this is tight, it pulls down on your hip bones, which can make your low back hurt. And now, the first of these psoas stretches we're going to do is, again, you want something to support you, either the side of a couch or a coffee table or a chair, whatever works. And you're just gonna, if you're gonna stretch this psoas, so first of all, your psoas is a big round rope of a muscle that attaches on each side of your spine, starting up here, goes down the sides of your spine, the front sides of your spine, comes all the way down and hooks into here. Okay, so your psoas is ideally what initiates the lifting of your leg. Just gets things going and then everything else kicks in. But it's a big round rope of a muscle. It's the filet mignon in a cow. Okay, so a fillet is basically a slice of that big rope of a muscle in a cow. And these muscles, when the front of your back is tight, if your psoas is tight, the front of your back is tight, can make your low back hurt. So we just want to make sure that's free. So the first of the stretches to stretch that is I'm gonna be stretching this side, the side you can't see. So maybe I'll do that first. You just want to support yourself a little bit. I got this leg nice and stable. I'm going to be stretching this psoas. My leg is nice and supported. I'm on a nice cushy surface. Go forward as best you can so you start feeling a stretch in here. And then the trick is to take your hands, reach straight up and back. Reach as far as you can and you will feel that deep, deep stretch in here. It's a great stretch. And then this chair's here if you need a little support, but up and back as far as you can. It's a great one. And then just so you see it from the other side, I'm going to stretch the same side, but just so you see what's going on from here. From right here, I go kind of basically as long as I can where I start to feel a stretch here. And then I accentuate that stretch by reaching up and back that way. And I get that psoas stretched. And now we are going to, now I'm going to show you a second way to stretch your psoas. So a little bit more advanced. You're going to use a bed sheet to basically yank on your leg from over your shoulder. It's a very effective stretch, and I will see you there in a minute. Thanks. So all you need is a standard bed sheet. This is a standard bed sheet, just fold it in half from the long way. You're going to lay it across the table here, or your bed. This can be your bed. And all you're going to do is put your foot through the bottom loop of this guy and make sure it's about pretty even. Get that kind of even. You're just going to pull it over your shoulder. And when you do that, once you're nice and secure, all you want to do is just lie down here, like so that you're nice and comfortable. Your thigh is nice and flat on the table. My foot, although you can't quite see it, is nice and flat on the floor. And as you can see, my foot is getting pulled up by the sheet. And all I don't have to pull it, I just have to kind of wrap it around my shoulder. It's nothing complicated. Now I can feel a stretch in my quad already. But now what I'm going to do is, while I'm kind of almost like I was in that last pose, I want my torso kind of up and straight, but reaching up and back a little bit. So I'm on both my elbows, and then I'm going to walk this foot forward a little bit. And if I just do that and do that a little bit, that is a wonderful psoas stretch. That gets nice and deep. Feel it in my quad, I feel it in my psoas, and it's great. And so that's psoas stretch number 2. We'll just do the other side in case that benefits you. Basically, you just put that there. Since you've already seen it, I just stick my leg in there. It's probably a much easier way to do it. Bring it up over my shoulder, I lay flat, my thigh is flat. My foot is pretty flat on the floor. So I'm nice and stable. I come up, bring my torso up, and then walk that foot forward on the floor as far as I can, and then just stretch that. And that feels great. Actually, that is just a great, great stretch. And that is your second psoas stretch. And if you're up for doing this, do it. It's a great stretch for your psoas. And so now what we want to do is move on to video 3, where we're actually going to stretch our lower back muscles. Now that we have released everything else that might be playing a role in making them want to be tight, we'll move on to video 3, where we can finally get to those muscles, and you can then assess which stretches worked the best and which didn't, and then go from there. Thanks, and I'll see you at video